Good morning, TJ. Not morning. What am I talking about? It's almost 4 o'clock. I saw your videos. I particularly enjoyed. I really liked your High Life commercial. It made me just want to fucking man up and slam a beer in the morning instead of drink coffee. Who am I kidding? That wasn't morning. I haven't seen morning since the last time I stayed up for it, which today, last night I went to sleep at 8 a.m., so go figure. Your top 5 apocalyptic scenarios, that was exactly what I was talking about. You did a good job interpreting my directions, so good work. Let's see. You know what, before we move on, yeah, I did install video edit software on my phone, which is pretty sweet. It lets me do a lot of things, like add music, titles. I can make quick cuts. I can add sound effects. And put them together and put it right on YouTube for TJ's eyeballs and earballs. So that's fun. And you should be jealous. Now then, your mini vid, that was a fun time too. So I will address those things first. Idiot Abroad, they've only aired the first episode so far. It just premiered on Thursday, 6 days ago. They did do all 7 wonders, and then they are going to make an 8th episode too. But the 8th episode, according to the internet, according to Ricky Gervais's blog, is they are going to make the 8th episode be, they sit Carl down and read him all the bad reviews that his show got. So that'll be a good one. So yeah, there will be at least 8 episodes. Let's see, your breakfast in bed idea, restaurant is awesome. I would go there, and I don't remember if you said the waiters and waitresses would be in pajamas and robes. I think you said that, but I like that, and I like everything about it. Yeah, it sucks that there's still racism, and that's why I felt like I needed to make it perfectly clear that I was kidding. When it was mostly that brown sugar thing, but that was some Austrian who was being cheeky. Your microwave beeping was pretty amusing. I think that's pretty kind of it to do that stuff. I like, again, how much you build your own guns instead of just buying them. And I think that goes hand in hand with, we've talked before, how I like to do stuff. Liz and I like to make our own beer and wine, and make my own bacon, and other things that are way easier to just go out and buy, but then they're not yours, then they're not homemade. So yeah, I think I've addressed, I'm trying to be quick because I don't want this video to go on and on and on, because I'm so excited for the challenge you gave me today. It's like you opened up my heart and you reached inside and you pulled out a gold coin, and on the back of the gold coin was that challenge with the instructions, read this to Dan because it will be his favorite. So that's exactly what it was like. I stand by what I said. My favorite album, though, is difficult. And it's difficult for me to address because I can't narrow it down. I have 2 absolute favorite albums in the whole world that anytime I listen to them, they make me punch the piano when I think about them. No, no matter what mood I'm in, they always bring me right back to the top of the mountain. P.S. I don't mention, I'm sniffling a lot, and I don't know why. I think I'm coming down with something, or maybe I never got over last time I was sick. But anyway, I wanted to let you know that I know that I'm sniffly, and I hope it's not gross. Okay, so my favorite albums, there's a tie between the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds, which is, I can't really describe it without playing just all of it, the whole thing. Briefly, not all of the songs on it are winners. not all of them are songs that I would just turn on and listen to and be like, oh yeah, cool song. But as a whole, it is one of the most gorgeous things, and enough to make me use the word gorgeous, which is of my top 10 don't use unless you are, list. The whole thing fits together so great, and it's got my all-time favorite song on it is track 1 off side 2, and that is God Only Knows. And I can talk about that song some other time. And that is equally tied with this album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles. This was the first Beatles album that I purchased myself when I was old enough to think about music that I liked that wasn't Weird Al because I was in middle school. Sgt. Pepper is another album that just works so well as a whole. All the songs on it, though, I can't think of any songs that I wouldn't just turn on and listen to one-on-one, but again, it works better, and that's what I love in good albums. And they don't, it's not just a collection of hit songs. And I feel like, you know, back in the 40s and 50s when pop songs were becoming more and more popular, and they would release singles, and you'd listen to a 45 with side A and side B, and that's 2 songs for your nickel. And it was all about hit songs and hit songs on the radio. And then, when LPs came out, they started coming around and thinking, we can do something more than just have a hit song. We can not make it just a collection of songs, but one flowing piece of artwork. And I feel like these 2 albums kind of pioneered that. If Smile had come out when it was supposed to in 67 or whatever, that would probably be on my list. It's still a great album when they finished it 37 years later, but... So yeah, so I like that it fits together. Everything about it is wonderful. The songs are amazing. Oh, and then I was getting to, a lot of people claim that these albums are overrated and say, do you know, there's better music that's been made since the 60s. You can't just say the greatest albums ever made came out in the 60s. That was 40 years ago. I submit to you to consider what happened in the 70s and then 80s toward music, pop music, and then 90s, and now it's kind of making its way back a little bit. We're getting some good stuff now, but honestly, I think you absolutely can say the best music was made in the 60s, and I don't think that's being closed-minded or ignorant. But with iTunes and digital MP3s, we are coming back to more of the, this is a hit song, here's the YouTube video, instead of like a whole album of art. And I know that probably sounds like, I don't mean to sound pretentious. I don't mean to be one of those pretentious musicians who's like, my opinion is correct and yours is wrong. But I feel that my opinion is correct. So, I've talked about my 2 favorites. What I'm going to address today